For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy FC24 coins, check out mmoexp.com. Link is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF at a checkout for 5% off your order. Yes then YouTube, the 4-2-2, an amazing meta and broken formation on EAFC 24, but it has been for many a year. It's a perfect formation. You've kind of got everything, you know, you've got the 2 CDMs, the 2 strikers, but the main thing is we need to close this gap off in between our 2 CDMs and our 2 strikers. If we don't close that gap off, it can be a little bit of a hard formation to play. So without any further ado, drop this video a like for me, YouTube, drop a comment down below, and if you can please hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So let's get into the custom tactics. 100% balanced on the defensive style, but, and there is a but, you can definitely use pressure on heavy touch. The more and more I have been experimenting with pressure on heavy touch, the more and more I like it, YouTube. It is very good. I wouldn't say it's elite, but it's definitely very handy if you know, for example, when you're playing a game in the weekend league or in division rivals or squad battles, whatever you're playing in, if you can kind of tell from the first 15-20 minutes that you are a lot better than your opponent, because sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes you play someone and they are just not very good at all. That's when pressure on heavy touch really comes into its own. It's where it really becomes effective. But for me, I do still prefer balanced. A balanced style where your team presses the ball to the middle of the pitch and your team shape is neutral. I just much prefer it, YouTube. Basically, I just like to be in control of where and when my team presses the ball. It's honestly just that simple. So that's why I do use balance. The defensive width, I actually have gone very narrow at this moment in time. I've been conceding a lot more goals recently when I've been using a little bit of a higher width. So I have now lowered it down to 40 on the 4-2-2. And I have to admit, I'm now conceding a lot less goals with it. Basically, I kind of want to be a little bit more compact. You know, I want my left back very nice and tight to my left centre back. On the flip side of that, I also want my right back very nice and tight to my right centre back, not leaving any gaps, and then just in general a whole back four nice and solid and compact, making us very hard to break down. That's why I'm now using 40 width. Beautiful. That's why I'm using a bit of a more narrow depth, making us harder to break down. The defensive depth, you do have 2 options. I mean, a lot of you will know what I'm about to say in this video by now. Option 1, the option I use, and I love it, it is the 71 depth. I don't really love using it because it is kind of like a glitch. I much prefer to use something that is actually kind of good and because of how I'm using it, if you know what I'm saying. But the 71 depth at the moment, if you don't know what that does, if you do use 71 depth, when you lose the ball, your team will automatically press, but you won't drain the stamina if you are using a pressure on heavy touch or press after possession loss. And also your team will automatically offside trap, pushing you high up the pitch. And because of the automatic offside trap, it kind of just completely bugs out your opponent's offensive AI. So it is very OP. I don't like using it, but when you're playing the weekend league, I kind of feel like you have to at this moment in time because everyone else is running it. So you're kind of in that situation where you kind of have to run it. There's the 71 depth there, coming in clutch. 71 depth again, beautiful. Oh, as if that didn't go in. But if you want to be one of them soldiers that is not using the 71 depth, fair play to you. I hope everything that you wish for in life comes to fruition. I would recommend 60 depth in the 4-4-2. Remember what I say in my custom tactics videos. When we are using a formation that has 2 CDMs, like a 4-2-2 or a 4-2-3-1, we can afford to be quite more aggressive. I don't even know if that's the saying, quite more. We can afford to be more aggressive than we would normally be because we do have the defensive security of the 2 CDMs. So that's why I would recommend 60 depth. But for me, 71. The offense, I'm not going to go into any detail. Balance with direct passing. Kind of like the 71 depth. I feel like if you don't use direct passing, you're kind of in a bit of a sticky situation where your team just doesn't make good runs, or the offensive, although the offensive AI are idiots anyway. But you know what I'm saying? It kind of just, it feels like I can't create a lot with it. The width, I actually do go a little bit more narrow. So I go down from 50 to 45. I do want my lamb and my ram to kind of pick up positions closer to the 2 strikers. I kind of don't want them staying out wide like they would in a 4-4-2 or something. It's kind of a little bit of a tweak that I've done recently, and I'm kind of much preferring it now. So that's why I'm using 45. Players in the box, you guessed it, 7. The more players that we have in the box, YouTube, the more goals we will score. It really is just that simple. I promise you. 2 corners and 2 free kicks like so. Custom tactics done. let's get into the player instructions. Now, remember what I'm saying in the 4-2-2. I want to close this gap off here between my 2 CDMs and my 2 strikers as much as I can. It's really, really, really annoying in a 4-2-2 when you're trying to build up play and stuff like that when you have that big gap, in the middle of the park. So because of that, a little bit of a tweak that I have now done, by the way. One striker is on stay central and get in behind and come back on defence. The other striker, I have now put that striker on false 9. Now, what this means is, so for example, it is my Neymar on my road to glory. My striker will kind of pick up space where he wants to stay. So he won't make the runs in behind like my left striker will, like my Suker. My right-sided striker will kind of pick up positions in that number 10 role, but not just the number 10 role. They will also pick up positions in the forward line as well. It's very, very, very effective. Someone on one of my old 4-2-2 custom tactics videos actually said that they used it, and I thought, you know what? Next time I come to trying out the 4-2-2 again for updated custom tactics, I'm going to try having one of my strikers on false 9. And I'm so happy I have it. It is so good, YouTube. Definitely worth recommending. So, have one of your strikers on stay central, false 9, and come back on defence. Then have the other one on stay central, get in behind, and come back on defence. Both the Lamb and the Ram are on exactly the same thing. So, come back on defence and get into the box for cross. The get into the box for cross is so key and so important in my opinion, especially when we've got one of the strikers on false 9. We kind of need to compensate for that by having the Lamb and the Ram also getting into the box, because if the striker that is on false 9 kind of drops deep into that number 10 role, the Lamb and the Ram will kind of make them forward penetrating runs and get into the box when we have the ball. It kind of is a really good balance and kind of good little trade-off that I have, and it's definitely something that, again, when I talk about my custom tactics YouTube, the more players that we have in the box, the more goals that we will score. I promise you, it is as simple as that. That's the way I look at it. My spreadsheet that I do when I do my custom tactics videos, they back it up as well. The more players in the box, the more goals we score. Come back on defence, I want us more defensively solid. Now, the 2 CDMs, this is where you need to use a little bit of your own initiative. So I have them both on balanced attack and cover centre. Yes, so both of them will make a little bit of a forward run in the attacking third. Now, if that is too attacking for you, because some of you probably will find that too attacking, and that is absolutely fine if that is, I would recommend putting the more defensive-minded CDM. So I would go with my informed Jude Bellingham on my road to glory. I would then put him on stay back while attacking, and then leave the more attack-minded CDM on balanced attack. It's something that I normally do, but at this moment in time, I'm really liking having both of my CDMs on balanced attack and cover centre. I'm liking having that offensive option going forward. Both of my fullbacks, so my left back and my right back, are on stay back while attacking. I do not want to attack with my left back and right back, YouTube. I kind of don't really find it necessary in a 4-2-2. I find that all 4 or maybe even 5 or 6 of my attackers, if you include the 2 CDMs, I find that enough in terms of making them runs in, not making them runs in behind, but just with having numbers in the box. I kind of don't feel like I need to have any width from my left back and right back, so that's why I leave them on stay back while attacking. Last but not least, my goalkeeper is then on comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there is my brand new updated 4-2-2 custom tactics video for you guys. If you did enjoy this video, please drop it a like for me, drop a comment down below, and if you can please hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive male attitude. Peace out. One love.